Okay, let's dive into this. Today's explainer looks at a fascinating, totally high-stakes collision between municipal logistics and international trade. Right now, there is a massive geopolitical and financial friction erupting along the Ontario-Michigan waste corridor. We're talking about 3.46 million tons of cross-border waste caught right in the middle of shifting tariff laws, shrinking landfill capacities, and tightening environmental regulations. For supply chain executives out there, the stakes have literally never been higher. To really understand the urgency here, just listen to this number: 1,300%. Yeah, you heard that right. Michigan's governor has proposed hiking the state's landfill tipping fee from a mere 36 cents a ton to a staggering $5 per ton. Why such a massive jump? Well, it's because Michigan landfills are nearing a severe capacity cliff. They've only got about 21 years of disposal space left. To deter the huge influx of out-of-state and Canadian trash, which currently makes up almost a fifth of their solid waste, lawmakers are aggressively raising those financial barriers. So for logistics executives, this policy shift isn't just a minor hurdle, it's an absolute financial cliff.
Let's move to our roadmap for today and see how this builds. We're going to unpack the cross-border waste crisis, introduce the sentient bridge solution, dive into the edge AI technology stack and the digital refinery workflow steps, crunch the numbers on failure risks and rewards, and finally, look at the biocarbon future.
Section 1. The cross-border waste crisis. The days of hauling waste as just a basic physical job? Those are entirely over. It's abruptly transformed into a high-stakes compliance nightmare. Under strict USMCA Chapter 4 rules, specifically covering Harmonized System Code 3825.0, waste has to be rigorously certified to maintain its duty-free commodity status. Plus, under bilateral agreements, Ontario requires strict financial assurance to guarantee against third-party damages during transit. Think about it. If haulers cross the Detroit River without unalterable, verifiable proof of origin and contamination-free compliance, they're going to face catastrophic tariffs, severe delays, or they'll just get outright denied entry at the border gates.
So how do operators regain control? Section 2, the sentient bridge solution.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how the 905W Wood platform operates precisely as this sentient bridge. It steps in and completely replaces those slow, error-prone paper manifests with a flawless cryptographic chain of custody. Instead of just moving trash from point A to point B, it intelligently translates chaotic, mixed construction waste into a high-purity, border-ready biocarbon commodity. And that is exactly what's needed to meet the strict demands of international customs and the highly specialized pyrogenic biocarbon market, where pure materials are transformed into valuable carbon products under extreme heat. This quote from 95 Wood Intelligence really hits the nail on the head. Hauling waste is no longer just a physical logistics challenge. It is a regulatory and compliance challenge. For supply chain officers, surviving this new trade environment requires way more than just trucks and bins. It demands a bulletproof digital compliance shield. You simply cannot protect your margins today without having absolute, unshakable certainty over your regulatory and compliance documentation.
Moving on to Section 3, the Edge AI technology stack. Let's look at the actual hardware and software powering this sentient bridge out in the field. Right out at the bins, 905 Wood is operationalizing industrial-grade tech through devices we're all familiar with. We're talking about utilizing the Google Pixel 10 Pro running the Android 16 OS, powered by Tensor G5 processing. But the real game changer here is using the LiteRT AI stack features, combined with Titan M2 hardware attestation. This specific setup enables flawless, instantaneous material classification right at the source, ensuring absolute data integrity before a truck even starts its engine. Section 4, the digital refinery workflow steps. Let's completely demystify this dense cross-border compliance process by breaking it down sequentially. Here are the 4 exact chronological steps of the 905 Wood digital refinery workflow. Step 1, Edge AI classification instantly categorizes the materials right at the bin. Step 2, real-time verification checks every single byte of data against complex regulatory standards. Step 3, the system automatically generates that crucial make-or-break certificate of origin. And finally, Step 4, the digital refinery application workflow UI/UX outputs perfectly formatted PDF documentation. That totally unalterable PDF document essentially becomes your cryptographic key to instantly open the US border gate. And the financials? They're completely transparent. Just look at the request for quote baseline pricing here. Whether you're dealing with a 20-yard roll-off or a massive 144-yard high-capacity mothership carrying over 19 net tons, the digital refinery automatically bridges this insanely complex regulatory reporting directly to your Net 30 billing. It seamlessly connects the dots from field classification right through to transparent revenue generation.
Section 5. Failure Risks and Rewards. Let's pivot to the brutal bottom line. So the crucial point is that the delta between compliance and failure is absolute. When we look at incentives, risks, and rewards, the failure side is crippling. Denied entry, 25% back duty assessments, massive tariffs, and getting hit with a brutal $60 per ton mixed waste penalty under the regional circular levy. But compare that to the incentives and rewards of digital compliance. Seamless duty-free transit, a locked-in $5 clean wood rate, zero levy report cards, and retained value for your carbon dividends. This brilliantly illustrates the real-world math, and it is staggering. For a single 19.15-ton mothership load, the Circle levy jumps from under $100 for verified clean wood all the way to over $1,100 if it's classified as mixed waste. Just by proving classification through digital verification, haulers save a massive $1,053 per load. To put that into perspective, for a large fleet doing, say, 200 loads a week, that equates to over $200,000 weekly in levy avoidance alone.
Section 6. The Biocarbon Future. Let's look beyond those immediate tariffs at the long-term, really lucrative opportunities.
A vital piece of this future relies on carbon dividends, or CORCs. These are tradable financial certificates awarded for verified carbon removal. Proper use of the digital refinery ensures that companies can definitively prove their correct waste diversion. And because the tracking is cryptographically secure, companies actually keep their valuable carbon dividends instead of losing them to regulatory gray areas or missing paperwork.
Ultimately, this whole shebang is about much more than just a single border crossing. The 905 Wood Digital Refinery is the true sentient bridge between chaotic construction waste and the strict high-purity requirements of the biocarbon market. By operationalizing the Google Pixel 10 Pro and LightArt AI stack, 905 Wood secures Ontario's industrial leadership in the global circular bioeconomy. It's solidifying the region as a forward-looking industrial pioneer. I want to leave you with this final thought. As tipping fees surge towards $60 a ton and border requirements tighten to totally unprecedented levels, ask yourself, is your supply chain equipped with the unalterable cryptographic proof you need to survive the capacity cliff? The gap between those who embrace digital refinery workflows and those still relying on paper manifests is growing wider every single day. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I hope it sparks some urgent, forward-looking innovation for your own operations.